today I'm going to show you and my son how to easily fix this beautiful crown moulding. Back in a second. Welcome back to Get Classy with Andy. So what we're going to do first, before we install this crown moulding, this is just an offcut. So what I do, I hold it up here, I hold it in place, can I have that pencil, I mark, that, you hold that, son, pass me that. Now I can measure the depth and the projection. This is very important. Alright, so the depth is 5.5 plus 5.5 plus inches, okay? The projection is 8.25 plus, okay? That's very important. So we've marked some lines, we've measured down 5.5 plus inches. So when I say plus, that means just a little bit over, okay? So then let's get a chalk line. That's slightly different there, but that's because there's a little hump in the ceiling there, but that's fine. Let's double check that measurement here. Yeah, perfect. So we've already marked the studs out. We've marked them all here. So we've got a fixing point. So you can see we put a couple of pieces of wood just up on the wall there, on the bottom line. That's just to hold the cornice in place when we install it. So what we're going to do now is cut a mitre. So as you can see here, I've got a piece of board. I just screwed some uprights to the board, and I measured from the back board out to here for projection, okay, which is 8.25 plus. So now what I've done, I've just squared this up. Now I'm going to measure 8.25 plus. All right. Dunk, dunk, and dunk, like that. Yeah. And we'll cut the mitre. Okay, there's a mitre. That's an internal mitre. I'll show you how it will be an external mitre. It's just measured the opposite way. Okay. So Declan has just mixed up a little mix, and we're using 90-minute fast set drywall compound. Okay, you want that sort of consistency. Because this is like glue, so we glue and screw. Okay. So as you can see, I'm putting this 90-minute drywall compound. In England, you can buy like special material to do this. You can't get it here, so this works perfect. Okay, you make do with what you can get to make it work. That's the name of the game. Especially as any type of plastering, you make it work. Right, I'll just bounce the drill on there. I want to close that window so all the brains come in. Right, that's good there, so you grab that in. That drill buds. So I should take the screw out of my mouth so I can. This is also actually probably sound better like this, yeah? Because I don't speak properly. Right. So I get the end of the drill. Just go like that. Do a pilot hole. Yeah. See that? Drop it down a touch. Go. These holes will fit in a second, so don't worry about them. Okay. Right, good. Now, I don't have to worry about getting it into a the studs on the top here. Yeah, I just put my screws at an angle because the adhesive will hold it in place. Okay.
I'm just filling in the top and bottom here with this 90-minute drywall compound just down there.
If you want to see how we make this ground moulding, at the end of this video there'll be a link to it, okay? How we run the mould and how we cast out of it, okay? As you can see, we've been pretty busy in here, chucking up the cornice. And like you see, the first length up, all the rest of it just goes up like that. So now I'm going to show you how we fill a mitre, okay? Basically, you need some burlap here. And I'll dip it in the plaster, like so. That's a burlap, a binder. Yeah, it binds it all together. And I'll stuff it in this. That's why you don't make the mitres perfect, yeah, because you want to be able to get burlap in there. Because this is what binds it the two together. Okay. Put that in there like that. There we go. Yeah. And there you slide. And like that. There. Okay. Now that holds it all together. Okay. Sorry, I'm sweating here, but it's so hot in here. I've got the heating on cranked. Alrighty. So basically, don't put on too much. Like, don't try and cover the whole thing because this plaster of Paris goes off really fast. Yeah. I'll just put on a bit like this. You have to go over this a few times, but all in the same gauge, preferably not 10 gauges. You want 1 gauge. So notice a few people on I love the comments. Absolutely love the comments I've been getting. It's what makes this worthwhile. One comment was like, "What's wubber?" I'm like, "What's he on about?" What's wubber? And it dawned on me when I watched the video. I say wubber instead of
rubber.
Yeah, there you go. How do you say it, son?
Rubber.
Well, yeah, but I can say algorithm. Yeah, but I can't say rubber. So. You have to excuse if you don't understand me sometimes. I wasn't educated at Oxford University, you know, or Cambridge, to be quite honest, any school. I wasn't very good at school, but I'm good with my hands. I'm good at getting plastered, okay? But yeah, it's funny, people, you know, taking mickey out of the way you talk. I remember Jonathan Wass, he's in England there, he couldn't say his R's. And I love that guy. I think that's how I learned to speak. But next time I'll talk about wubber, I'll hold up a sign with the spelling so you know what I'm on about. Okay guys? Thank you. But some beautiful comments from people, and as I say, that's what makes it worthwhile. Different people from around the world watching the video and learning. There's one comment yesterday, the guy's like, yeah, I just walked my plaster of Paris and I'm just waiting for my burlap to be delivered. I'm like, wow, that's so cool. And another guy he's like, oh, you solved the problem for me. He's got a broken picture frame and it's a plaster one. So because he's seen one of my videos, he's going to repair it himself, which is really, really good. Oh, that's what I love, stuff like that, yeah. It's just awesome. And the other day, one guy commented, I just sat down, had dinner, and got all my beers ready, and turned on your show, and he thought it's going to be all about getting like plastered, yeah, which I like doing as well, yeah. And this is not what that show's about, yeah. It's really funny, and he was getting ready to learn how to get plastered with me. I could probably teach a few people that as well, I'll tell you. Done enough of that in my time. I don't get so plastered so much nowadays. I've slowed down a bit there than I used to.
He grew up.
You know, it's, yeah, I grew up. I don't know about that. I think I'll ever grow up, son. And, I was actually like, plastered when I came up with the idea of get plastered. And it's sort of like stuck. And, people seem to like the name. They think it's funny. Isn't it satisfying, eh? Making a crown moulding, just filling in the gap. So I say I'm doing it like this, slowly, because I want you to see how it's done. See that? You hold that in there like that. You move that around like that. Look, around there like that. Now this is not finished yet. It's just the first coat as I go along on it. I'm just working my way down the mitre. Yeah, get some wipes and sweat off. As you can see, I haven't done my hair and makeup again today. I'm a bit of a scruffy so whatever. And I'll tell you what I've noticed as well. 5% of the viewers it's gone up to now is women, which is really, really cool. You know, there's some women commenting that, you know, we're gonna try this and try that, and I think that's really cool. You know, a lot of people think construction is like a man's game, but it's totally not. I've worked with many women who are just amazing tradesmen, and I've worked with some super strong women. I would not want to arm wrestle. There's some, as I say, in England, when I was working there, never ever see women on building sites. It's probably different now. I've moved to Canada 17 years ago, and but in England there never used to be. But it's getting more and more popular, which is really good. You know, actually, my son that's recording here, his Mrs. Amanda, lovely lady. She wears the trousers.
She does.
She does, son. You know what? She's got a chop saw, and she's got a drill and a hammer, and she loves making stuff. Yeah.
We're gonna have her on a video at one time.
I will. Yeah. She's amazing. She's like my real daughter. You know, I love that girl, and yeah, she's awesome. But yeah, she's really good with tools. I love seeing that. Look at this coming together, eh? I love plaster. You know, it's just the first video we done. We actually run this mould, and then we done another video of casting this. But I only done a smaller mould when I done it, and then a client wanted to have a room done, so I made a bigger mould just to make it easier. Don't want the lengths too short, yeah. I usually make them in 10-foot lengths, and you can make them longer, but it's just pain in the backside for transportation and all that sort of stuff. We run these up in place as well. I'm going to show you, do a video on that here very soon, of how we run one of these in situ. We call it in situ, and that's fun. And it's more time consuming. It's very messy. Like you literally get really plastered. Oh, look, it's starting to come together here. So now I'm going to go back up to the top and start back on the top again. See, my gear is still nice. So I find when you gauge up plaster of Paris, you gauge it up, let it settle in, and just give it scoop, like stir. Don't go stir it up too much because it really does set faster. Okay, just a little tip. So the tools I'm using here, these are called busks. It's a busk. This one's a busk, also known as a cabinet scraper. So you can buy these at pottery shops. You can make them out of saw blades. There's all sorts of things you can use. You don't have to have anything fancy. Just a piece of tool. You go like this. Okay. I can't believe we've only been going for 4 months, and how many subscribers?
Nearly 2,000.
Yeah, it's just gone crazy, and I really do appreciate you guys subscribing, watching, commenting, especially when you comment where you're from. The magic brush, nice and lightly, yeah. Just want to take off any little bits that are just stuck to the sides there. Yeah, isn't that beautiful, eh? I'll put a little bit more in this corner there. Oh, there's a bit of burlap stuff there. There we go. So this is going to be primed and painted yet, okay? Just so you know. The pictures, it's going to dry for like at least 3 days. That mitre is done. Little bogey there. What do you think of that? Right, so the client's going to come in and see what we've done, okay? Are you guys ready? Come on in.
Wow, this is amazing. Holy smokes.
Not bad, not bad for a plumber.
Wow, here, now you can get plastered, Andy.
Oh, thank you.
Look at that notch.
Appreciate it. This
Thank
is how I
you.
will get plastered.
Look at that notch.
Wow,
I was wondering how that was going to work out.
absolutely brilliant, you guys.
Thanks, amigo.
Wow. Thank you
That's
so
incredible.
much.
You're welcome, love.
That is,
Beyond our
you,
wildest
Olivia.
expectations.
yeah, you know, you buy that little strips or something in the Home Depot or whatever. Nowhere near this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy.
So as you can see, we've installed the cornice, we've filled in the mitres. The client is very happy, which is always feels good for the heart. And thank you so much for watching this. If you'd like to see how we actually made the mould and cast this, well, just check out the video. It'll be at the end of this, okay? I'd like to say thank you for all of your comments from everyone. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, give us a like and give us a comment, yeah? Thank you, son. This is my son, Declan, as you know.
Yeah.
And now it's time to get plastered.